In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the new Tales of Terror trail. Alrighty, here we have the Halloween edition of the trail, Tales of Terror. It's by James Conrad. Very nice, one of the most bought discs of this year, being the trail. Just the regular stock run of the trail. Now we have the Tales of Terror. I have another trail that came out this year, the special edition Fission Trail that was reviewed on our channel. This one's a little domey. It's a 168. We're gonna see the difference between these two. See which one out of these two that you would want to bag for yourself. I'm really excited for this one. I haven't thrown an actual trail. I've only ever thrown the Fission Trail, so we're gonna see how it works. From what I've seen, it's supposed to be a touch more stable, I think, than the regular trail, but and again, we're gonna see the flight test and see how it works. Ben's out there already. He's gonna be throwing the backhand. I'm gonna be throwing the forehand. Let's get started. Before we start, I'm gonna give a shout out to Jeff down at Disc Insanity. If you're in the Lehigh Valley area and you're looking to buy some discs, go check out his shop. It has a good wide selection of stuff, all different kinds of discs, different plastics, a good used bin selection as well. More information will be on the screen now. Throw some discs. All right, start off with the Fission Trail. Definitely got to put this on a little bit of hyzer. Start it off. That thing's very nice. That's a very nice disc. All right, try this one. Like I said, that was a 168, so definitely a touch more understable. We're gonna see this one now. Yep. Okay. So definitely has a touch more stability, but it goes very far, just on that hyzer look. So as you see, definitely a touch more understable or overstable compared to the Tales of Terror one, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. We're gonna see on the back end. By the way, Ben has never thrown this disc before, just trails in general, so definitely stick around for the backhand because I bet he's gonna throw this so far. All right, special edition again. Honestly, I really like that flight, so I'm just gonna try it again. All right, so a touch more of hyzer, but every time it's getting that soft little flip up. So I already tried this one. I'm gonna release this one flat. See how it works. That's big. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That thing is nice, dude. Now, forehand dominant player tend to like the more overstable stuff more. Now we're gonna try a little bit of flat, just a touch. It's gonna be tough with this Fission Trail though. Yeah. Well, you get to see the roller of it. Not bad. All right, Tales of Terror. Yeah, that thing just flipped right over. All right. Let's see. So holds that line a lot longer than the other one. Definitely a nice disc. Seems to be whatever line you put it on. It just goes that line. That's crazy.
All right, let's throw the special edition trail first. This one seems to have a little bit more understability than the new Tales of Terror one. So, special edition trail, let's get it. Yeah, that one I threw pretty flat. I kind of assumed that one was gonna flip over and just kind of not come out of it. Mainly just because lightweight. I think that one's 168 and this one's 174. So they're gonna fly slightly differently, but it's still a good comparison, especially for the more beginner players that might be watching. The lighter weights will always go further. They will have more stability for you. So let's try the Tales of Terror trail. Yeah, that was a nice flat release right over Deej's head. That's probably about, I don't know, maybe 375, 4. So yeah, they fly pretty nice. Very much whatever line you put it on, it works very well. All right, now we're gonna try some hyzer shots. I think this one's gonna fly a little bit better on hyzer, but I'm interested to see how the new one flies. Lighter weight just doesn't have quite as much glide. Definitely more flippy though. I'm gonna try to put this one on an intentional hyzer. Try to get it out over the baseball field and have it kind of curve back in. So out over the baseball field, but not quite on hyzer. All right, let's try a flex shot. I have a feeling this is gonna go pretty well on a flex. So I don't know if you can see those rocks out there. I'm gonna try to throw it just to the left of those rocks and just have it have a nice S-shaped flight. All right, I am pulling everything today. But that was still a nice S-shaped flight. Yeah, this disc is going to be very useful for a lot of different players. Pretty much anybody could throw this disc, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced player. Just get the right weight for your arm speed and it will just hold whatever line you put it on.
And that was the flight test of the Tales of Terror trail. What'd you think?
I like it.
Definitely.
It yeah, it just holds whatever line you put it on, and that's kind of all you can ask out of a disc.
Yeah.
Good disc to work on your longer distance angle controls.
Yeah, this thing goes very far. Forehand, backhand, doesn't matter. This thing is great. Definitely 110% going in my bag. 100%. I really don't find the kind of neutral flying discs to work well for me, but this one works so well. It goes so far. Whatever line I put it on, that's what it's gonna do. Compared to the Fission Trail, definitely a touch more overstable, but that's to be expected. That's 168 and very domey. But this thing's kind of like, has a little bit of dome, but also kind of flat. Just has that perfect amount of dome. This is a great disc. Really cool stamp. 100% going in the bag.
Yeah, definitely. It's not quite going in my bag. I have a couple other discs in this slot already. I have a pretty beat-in Annex that it probably flies very similarly to. It's also just a little bit faster than my Passion, which I prefer for the more controlled fairway drives, but it's definitely a good disc.
Yeah.
It's going to go in a lot of different people's bags.
Yeah, 100%. Really like the stamps that they're doing for this year's Tales of Terror. If you guys want us to review more of them, definitely put it down in the comments below. Let us know. We'll definitely get to it. But that was the review of the James Conrad Tales of Terror trail.